Hello everyone, Jobenblue here with Dolphin's June 2017 progress report. Let's just jump right into it with number 1, emulate socket file descriptor table. I know this sounds like something fancy and important, but basically it's just used for the Wii's Netflix and Crunchyroll channels. This is necessary for a check made by the Netflix channel. The channels are still so slow because of an iOS emulation bug. Fixing iOS emulation would also help with non-shadered lagging in Guitar Hero and Rock Band. The team has yet to figure out a plausible way to emulate the iOS's 40 plus threads, while Dolphin only emulates it on 1. At number 2, we have update free DSP ROM to support GBA U-code. Okay, so remember how Four Swords Adventure worked properly last month? Well, apparently users have been encountering issues trying to dump a DSP ROM from a GameCube or Wii, which is necessary to use the GBAs as controllers. Now, you don't have to dump anything anymore to make it work correctly. This prevents the user dump DSPs from being configured incorrectly, which they deal with constantly on their forums. Next up, we have the port to layered configuration system. A lot of users experience a phenomenon where a game runs like crap, then they open up the graphics menu and their performance skyrockets. Later, they report that a feature in the game is not working properly after they've done this. This has been a case forever, with many examples now on your screen. What is happening has to do with the configuration settings. They use the analogy of an onion. Dolphin used to only operate on one level, where this one level would get edited with NetPlay settings, Dolphin settings, command line settings, game specific settings. You get the point. It sounds like a mess. So if a user overwrote a game INI, it would overwrite everything that the INI had done, leaving even Dolphin confused as to what the hell is going on. The developer Mary Mage, who I'm sure that you've heard of their work for on Citra, has worked with some other Dolphin devs, Sonic Advance 1, Matthew UI, and Leo Atlano, to work on a new layered configuration system. It's basically set up where all of these settings are not affecting the same exact layer, but each individual layer that won't affect everything at the same time. Settings will no longer be immediately overridden whenever the graphics menu is opened, and anything that the Dolphin program changes will be bolded. But now to overwrite something, the user will be consciously changing the setting. At number 4, we have rewrite sysconf handling. Whenever one would dump their Wii NAND for Dolphin, people would have to delete their sysconfig file, or else Dolphin would yell at them. That is no longer the case, and you can now dump your NAND and it will work without modifying it. Deja vu from the last month for the next one, but we have even more GAMESLIST loading improvements. This makes last month seem like nothing at all. Since last month, loading times have been cut down by 99%. They give the example of a GAMESLIST with 1200 games, where it used to take over 3 minutes, is now just 27 seconds. With a cache, it has dropped from over 30 seconds to now being instantaneous. You need to go pick this up now. Number 6, we have don't allocate 100 megabytes of RAM for the FIFO player at startup. They used to allocate 100 megabytes of RAM to the Dolphin debugger called FIFO player, but since hardly anyone uses it, they now realize that it's kind of a bad idea to allocate 100 megabytes of RAM whenever Dolphin starts. This affected both Android and PC builds, which hurt lower spec systems. The allocated amount has dropped from around 100 megabytes to about 5.7. At second to last, we have the improved Gecko code handler. A lot more Gecko codes work now that used to not be able to, and this has increased the size to allow for bigger codes. Side note, action replay codes are unaffected by this, and not everything will be fixed either, so some games' Gecko codes may still be broken. Lastly, we have the ability to update the Wii NAND from the Dolphin GUI. NAND is essentially the Wii's OS, the system menu, and all the default channels, and now you can update it through Dolphin. They do note that using Dolphin's default ID may not work correctly on third-party servers because people have cheated while using it before and got the ID banned from such services, so you may need to find a personally dumped NAND. That'll wrap it up for Dolphin's June 2017 progress report. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.